EU-Mercosur trade deal has faced a major roadblock, the European Parliament has referred the deal to bloc's top court. The agreement that was signed last week will now stand frozen until the decision by the top court. This comes after widespread protests engulfed various EU countries where farmers took to the streets in opposition to the trade agreement. The agreement opens European markets to agriculture produce from South American bloc, which includes Venezuela, Bolivia, Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay. Just a day before the vote, thousands of farmers drove tractors around the European Parliament, blocking roads and clashing with police in mass protests against the deal. Farmers fear a flood of cheaper food imports from Mercosur countries would undercut European agricultural goods. In a tightly contested vote, 334 members of the European Parliament voted in favor of sending the bill to the judiciary, while 324 voted against. With this vote, the Parliament has formally suspended its approval process. A final ruling from the EU's top court could take more than a year, meaning the deal is now effectively on ice. We earlier spoke to our correspondent William Denslow from Brussels, and this is what he told us.
The head of the trade delegation for the European Parliament, Bernd Lange, has described it as an own goal committed by the European Parliament. He says this will be absolutely detrimental at a time when essentially the European Union needs all the partners it can get in this troubled geopolitical time, faced with trade tensions with China, the threat of new tariffs from the United States coming as early as next month because of this ongoing spat, this row over Greenland. So this is certainly seen as a hugely impactful decision by Parliament. It was a very close vote, just 10 votes in it, that saw the Mercosur deal be sent to the top court in Europe for deliberation. Now, what this means for the deal, there are questions about whether indeed it can come into place now. This trade agreement that was brokered in recent days that would become the biggest free trade agreement of its kind anywhere in the world. But if indeed the EU has to wait for the court to make a decision, well, this, based on previous examples from the top court, could take up to 2 years for deliberation. So very much putting this landmark Mercosur deal on the back burner.